What's wrong? Let's see. So good. We're here. Hello. What's going on here? It's so amazing to me that I do not know what the heck I'm doing on social media like ever. I just tried to do a little real, I don't know, live stream announcement on Instagram, and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I don't know. But here I am on YouTube. Hopefully, this is streaming. I see some numbers in the top left, so that gives me hope and makes me excited. This is Midday Meditation. The classroom is open every Wednesday for lunchtime resources, and noon is a great time to focus because sometimes it's a little earlier, but it will be earlier and also available at noon, and sometimes continuing on until as late as 1:30, depending on what the lunchtime resource is. Sometimes we do the drop-in massage. Next week we're doing a group Reiki session, which is going to be super great. And we've done this meditation time. We're going to do some stretching and breathing. We're going to have a breathing workshop for, I think, the third Wednesday in March. So there's something different every Wednesday, and I hope that you check it out. When I can live stream, I will live stream. When you can stop in, I hope you can stop in. So my favorite audience to work with across the board, whatever it is that I'm working with, I love people that are still in that, like, I'm so curious stage. I think the more we maintain that thought process, the more we maintain, I'm so curious, there's so much more to learn, I know nothing. That was one of those very powerful messages that I feel like was hand delivered to me in a speech I was watching about that the Dalai Lama was offering, where he began and he says, I know nothing. I know nothing. I've had these experiences and I have learned these lessons, and I'm going to share my lessons with you so you can have this experience and you can learn a lesson. They don't have to be parallel, they don't have to be intersecting, but it is all experiences, and we're always having experiences and we're always having lessons. And sometimes we get really wrapped up in everything that's happened before, and we just assume that that's happening again, which is very often not the case. If we recognize that now is now, then is then, and our future is coming one moment of now at a time. So I just got off on a tangent. I want to talk about a few things that are happening in the classroom. I forgot to mention these. I'll mention them at the end, actually. We'll just keep rolling. So engaging with people that are new to things like meditation. I'm offering Tai Chi classes on Thursdays, but I'm offering the concepts of Tai Chi. So I am not teaching that you have to do this and then you have to do that. I'm teaching, this is what I've learned in the experience of Tai Chi, and this is how I incorporate it every day. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of awareness with the body, the breath, the hands, the feet. There is slowness, there is laughter, there is movement together with a group of people. I love that we've had, I think all the classes have been groups of women, which has their own energy, that vibe. The class is open to anyone, any age, but bringing in resources, offering those resources, and tapping into my experiences where, like, this was a hurdle for me. this learning the routine, feeling pressure, feeling like I have to remember this, and then the thought that I'm going to be doing it wrong, I think kept me away from a lot of things. And I take that away. I feel like as long as you're trying, you're doing something right. And then everything I offer, I break it down into very, very basic stuff. Meditation is one of them. Another magical moment that I had was reading a John Kabat-Zinn book. And I believe it was called Meditation for Beginners or Meditation for Everyone. I think it was Meditation for Beginners. And he said that something to the effect that when you believe that there's always something to learn, the most reliable place to connect with that is going back to the fundamentals, going back to the basics. So the most advanced meditator can learn more from coming back to the things that they learned on their first day, honing those skills, developing those skills, coming back to check in, like, how does this feel different? What has grown? How can I grow it more? How can I lean in that direction? What still feels difficult? When I think when we feel like we know everything, that's when those doors are kind of clamped shut, whether you're the teacher, whether you're the student. I think that being connected to that reality that we're always the student, no matter what role we have in any group, goes a long way. And so with meditation today, the first thing I want to talk about is that concept of, like, well, what is in your way? Why? Well, imagine if I say, why are you not here? Then I'm not talking to the people that are here, but like thinking about like what sounds hard. Like, does it sound like, like, what do you think about when with meditation comes up? Because is it like full lotus, like weird positions? Like, is it the length of a session? Is it restlessness? Is it, I don't have space, I don't have time? There's a story in there, and that's that resistance piece that keeps you in your comfort zone, keeps you in a place of dysfunction. This is our, I know how to be everybody else's slave. I know how to work myself to the bone. I know how to live without appreciation. I know how to, and we keep ourselves in that cycle. And then there's a moment where we can say, I'm worth this. I'm worth 1 minute. I'm worth 5 minutes. I'm worth a whole day. I'm worth the rest of my life. And new habits need to become established in this new thing that I want in my life. So finding that place of resistance is like striking gold in our heart for self-worth. Because then when we identify the thing that we feel like we can't do, then we know what we need to give attention to so we can do. So we can do something different. We can create a new habit. We can have a new outcome. Because until we create a new habit, until we change our behavior, until we adjust what we're doing, we're going to just continue to keep getting what we're getting. If we want to make more money, if we want to feel more appreciated, if we want to find our purpose in life, connecting to our self-value is step number one, 100% of the time. Step number one, self-value. When do you say no to people? When do you draw the line? How do you invest in self-care? So finding that place of resistance. And also it's very helpful to recognize that meditation doesn't look like anything in particular. It looks like whatever it is that you need it to look like. I feel like we all have that thing that we do that is like we get in the zone, whether it's like folding laundry, cleaning the house, doing firewood, taking a walk in the woods, where we lose track of time. We lose track of our responsibilities. We lose track of like being hungry. We lose track of actually, we become nobody. We separate from our body and we become aligned with those other things. They sort of like take priority. So we have like that mind, body, spirit. There's a lot of philosophies that are incorporate, it can get as complicated as we want it to be, but even just recognizing 3 things that make me me: my mind, my body, and my spirit. And when we think about making ourselves no body, where our spirit and our mind can be thriving in this moment, our body is coming along, but our body is kind of like in healing mode. It's back there. It's relieved from the stress of the things that it deals with every day. So meditation can look like anything. We don't need to be sitting down. We don't need to be here forever. We need to be pushing a limit a little bit, challenging ourselves, finding a space of like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe you need to go back to 15 minutes. Maybe you need to try another thing. Maybe you need guidance. Maybe you need one-on-one. Maybe you need to just stay at 15 minutes for a while. And there's nothing wrong as long as you're showing up, as long as you're trying. Committing to that 1 minute. I love that micro commitment. That's my focus with my YouTube channel, is that micro change, micro efforts even. Micro efforts are that macro success. Micro small, macro big. My micro effort is a macro success. So let's sit together here. We're just I'm going to take 1 minute, kind of recenter. I have 3 pages of notes that are becoming the level of distraction. So let's just take 1 minute right now, here in the middle. This is this micro moment to change my energy pattern. And so I very often talk about how 1 minute is just about 6 breath cycles. And I'm going to count on the exhale. And I'll be back in about 1 minute. So I imagine it's about 1 minute later. And here I am with a whole bunch of fresh new energy. You might have meditated for the first time ever. Thank you for doing that. Or thank you for taking a moment to observe what meditation might look like for 1 moment. Talking about becoming no body and also actually like doing nothing wrong. I'm going through training for learning more about meditation and teaching meditation. And last night we had a class and we were doing an intentional connection of the body where the pointer finger and the thumb come together in a very light touch. And the 3 fingers that are left curl in. They can start out as tight and tucked and then let them rest, find a different position. This is one of very many things called mudras, which are specific positions of the hand. And when we pick one thing to think about, I believe, I've had this experience last night, it becomes very more basic, I think, to then create a distraction from all of my stresses, all of my everyday, all my responsibilities, this time constraint, that can go on and on. And when we become no body, we escape all of those things. And when we escape all of those things, we recognize that we're separate from them. We can put them down. The world's going to keep turning. I'm still valuable. I still have self-worth. But those things can be over there, and my spirit, my mind, and also my body can recognize that those things are not me. They don't create my worth. They don't create my value. They do not define me in any way. I'm going to put them down and take 6 breaths. And then I get to choose what I pick up next. I get to recognize what part of my body might still be holding on to those things. Does my shoulder hurt? Does my hip feel weird? Can I not relax with whatever? And so those things that keep pulling on to our attention, it's really helpful to have this like grounding behavior that's part of the meditation. Breathing is very common thing to focus on, and imagining. So finding that thing and then asking questions about it. That's kind of how I get my mind to get away from my body. And so last night we were doing this contact, and the instructor was like, don't ask me, what Sanskrit symbol this is. Don't ask me how to spell it. We're going to do this first, and then we're going to have class. And I think that was super helpful for me as a student, as well as that experience of what if we just put that all over here and then we'll come back to it? It was very much that separating those experiences that separate us from the moment. And so I lost my train of thought a little bit. Oh yeah, having that thing to focus on. A light touch with the fingers, a position of the hands. Do I want my hands up? Does that not feel great? Touching my knees, touching my belly, touching my heart. Does it feel better if I stand? Does it feel better if I lay down? Does it feel better if I change positions when I notice this thing is now relaxed? I can do this other thing. Knowing that we're not locked into some commitment for any extended amount of time. And when we have that focus of this touch, how could it be lighter? How could this breath be deeper? What color am I thinking of? What color do I want to think of? Can I imagine a color that is being created in this light touch of my fingertips, or this color that's being created that this breath in is providing my body? What does it change colors when it comes out? Where can I imagine this breath is going? But being curious about the thing that is not the body, which is, even if we're imagining and focusing on a touch, we're connecting energetically to parts of our body, and we have permission to use the body as a tool for distraction away from the body. Be more curious. Think of something crazy. What if these were cat hands? What if I was a bird? What if anything other than this experience with this body that I have right now? And sometimes it's just great with the breath. Sometimes we need to be really creative, and sometimes things work 3-4 times in a row, and sometimes we need to change them up. So we have about 10 more minutes, and I'm so glad to have some numbers up here on the screen, and I hope this is coming through well. I'm imagining you're here and you can hear me. And we're going to do a 10-minute to a little less than 10 minutes. We'll just even say 5 minutes of meditation time together using those tools that we just talked about. I am sitting right now. You don't have to be sitting. You can be laying down, standing up, some combination of in between, but find a place of ease. And we're going to focus on the hands, laying the hands on the body. And so I'm going to give a few more minutes, and actually I'm going to find a place of comfort. Take a moment. I'm settling in. I'm feeling great. And time for just a few more minutes of meditation, just a few more moments to experience something new for the day. We talked about laying the hands on the body, so find a place that feels great, feels like you're not trying, it feels like the body can be relaxed, because we don't want to be aware of anything other than that experience of the hand on the body. I'm choosing my right hand on my heart. And before I choose a spot for my left hand, I'm going to take 6 breaths while I'm touching my heart. I'm going to take a breath in. Hold it for a moment and let it out. Breath in. Hold it for a moment and out. Breath in and out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Breath in and out. And now I'm going to actually take my left hand and put it over my heart. I'm going to put it over my right hand, which is over my heart. And I'm paying attention to what has my attention. Anything but my body. Connecting energetically my hands to my heart. This feels a little bit like a hug. And I'm also imagining tucking myself into my heart field, this scientifically measurable experience, the energy that my heart emits, tucking in, concentrating my body into this space. Imagining how open my heart can feel, even though I'm surrounding it with my hands, my arms, my attention. This feeling of safety, this feeling of rejuvenation, nourishment. And I'm going to go back to that safety, boundaries. I'm collecting, I'm harvesting my own heart energy here in this moment. Maybe emotionally I felt a little connected to maybe self-worth, maybe some message in the beginning of our conversation here. Guarding my heart for just a moment to tell it that it's doing great. We're growing here, right here in this moment. We're creating a new vibration, a healthier vibration, a more positive vibe. We're adding confidence into that frequency that heart space is filling. And I'm going to take my right hand away. So my left hand is on my heart. My right hand is just going to rest on my right knee because that feels comfortable. Maybe it feels great on your belly. I want to rest my right hand on my right knee, creating that next level of energetic connection to this part of my body, my right side of my body. Right side is our receiving side. Maybe setting that intention of confidence. Confidence is an emotion. Self-worth is an emotion. Take a moment and just reset my energy for just one breath. If you're here with me now, we're resetting that all together. Inviting in confidence. What does that feel like to your heart? That spirit and the mind connecting with that conversation of the heart energy. And imagining all three of them in their beautiful energy sparkleness. Who's asking whom? What do you need? I could be the leader. The heart, is that what's saying that? The mind, the spirit? Do we all need to work together? Are we deciding that right now? All together, we're going to find confidence. So we have confidence in our heart. We have confidence in our mind. We're looking for those opportunities. We have confidence in our spirit. We're expecting challenges. And we're also expecting confidence that we can connect to those challenges, being our best self. Let's take a breath and receive that together. And then my next moment, my left hand is going to come down to my left knee. And let's just take 1 or 2 breaths here together. I'm breathing in through my nose. You can do whatever works great for you. Let's breathe in. Hold that. Breathe out. Let's take 1 more. Breathe in. Hold that for a moment. Breathe out. Let's find some gentle movement of the neck. Let's find some gentle movement with the hands. Find some gentle movement with the shoulders. Maybe move the feet around. stretch my legs a little bit and see how that feels. Anything you notice? Any memories, any thoughts that come up? We can stay out of the body for a moment and recognize that as we move forward in the day, it's our choice to focus on what our body's telling us, what our spirit is telling us, what our heart is telling us, what our mind is telling us. There's a big conversation going on with all of them. What do we notice? This is a great time to journal, even if it's on a sticky note. Write something out. What are you thinking about right now? Write something out. What are you thinking about? And let's see, what did I want to talk about? As you're journaling, I'm going to encourage you to look at the website for upcoming classes. I'm very excited about March 10th. It's not on the website yet, but it will be hopefully tonight or tomorrow. There's a meditation class, full-length hour, beginner level, and we will start at 5. We'll be done around 6, and then Christina is offering a yoga session right after. So it's a yin yoga, which means a lot of opening, heaviness, relaxing, sinking in. It's a slow-paced class, and again, beginner level. So reach out to me if you want more details right now. My email address is sayhello@alignwithsarah.com. And I believe that's in the description. I think it is. And we can get you signed up for that right away. It's $35 for both of them. So this really nice, juicy 2.5 hours of awesomeness. If you want to just do one class or the other, it's $20 for just the yoga, $20 just for the meditation. And I will have sign up very soon available on the website. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you again very soon. Keep focused on those micro successes, micro commitments. Make those changes and observe all of that macro success from doing those small little things. All right, thanks so much. Bye now.